Get ready for the Squawking Eagles Podcast, the show that covers only the Philadelphia Eagles. Think different. Think Squawking Eagles Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the NFC Championship Game pod of the Squawking Eagles. I'm joined by Miguel and Mark. How's it going, guys?
Where's Embiid?
Oh, jeez.
EGLESE.
So many memes. You just referenced so many memes right there.
Oh,
Perfect.
man. Let's go, Birds.
Let's go.
Birds.
This is now we're talking about the NFC Championship game, but before we dip into that, we're going to talk about, I guess you could call it Snow Bowl 2.0, where Saquon Barkley, the snow didn't bother him, didn't bother Saquon.
Would you say he rammed the Rams?
Ooh, he might have. I would say that. Yes, good one.
Did you see that they're selling the snow from the game?
That's what I'm saying. If you got $50, you can own the snow from that game.
And if you taste it carefully enough, you can taste Jared Verse's tears.
Ooh, a little salty. I love it.
Now, specifically on the container, it says for not consumption, do not eat it.
Oh,
but there's a lot of people on the internet saying, as soon as I get it, I'm eating it.
I love Philly. So, hey, I got a question for you, though. So, Jared Verse's season is over.
Yeah.
A lot of players in their season's over. The first thing they usually do is, go home, visit family. But he hates the area. So, he's so close to home.
Right.
So, did he come home and visit family, or did he go to Cancun right away? He's from PA.
Oh, shit. Wow.
Yeah. That's why it was so
fan.
funny when he was like, I hate Eagles fans. It's like,
Dude.
are you stupid?
Yeah, he is. Clearly he is.
How perfect was it when on Saquon's first 66-yard run, Verse is there and he's turning back looking at him?
Slowed down.
That was
bro, what a taunt.
That was great.
It was a little jog for your Verse.
Yeah. It was like when Bryce Harper stared down that shortstop for the Braves. It's exactly like that feeling. Same feeling.
Yes, it was.
So good. It felt so good.
That game was just it not only was I on the edge of my seat the whole game, because we didn't get off to the best start, and then the game got close at the end. So, but definitely a memorable divisional game.
You know what, though? I think Saquon had to slow down to drop a hook for the Verse.
Had to.
Like that one.
Yeah, that game had a lot of ups and downs, like a lot of these long Saquon Barkley runs, and then
a long Jalen Hurts run, and then the Eagles kept it close. It was like they kept the Rams in it for as much as they could. I got a question for you guys.
What?
Is it just like stupidity, ignorance? It feels like a mixture. For some reason, you guys, let's backtrack 2 years ago. Every team we played, except the Chiefs, talked shit about us and our fans and disgraced the Rocky statue.
Yeah.
And nobody learned because we battered those teams.
Yeah.
Now this year, you come out, you're talking about our fan base, and now their coach comes out and goes, "Yeah, we're gonna hit their quarterback, leaves a running back."
Oh, that's this week. We'll touch base on that.
I'm just saying, it just seems to be a recurring theme. They're like, you know what we're gonna do? We're facing the wildest fan base, the most passionate team in the league. Let's talk shit. It's like,
it just
they
don't learn, and so. Saquon, they said this, this guy Verse said he hated the fan base, they hated the Eagles, they hated the green, hated the white. And boy, did he see some green running all over that field. And then boy, did he see some white, because there was a lot of snow, man.
Sure was.
There was a lot of snow.
You see the fast forward video of it?
Yeah, it's pretty majestic.
Yeah, it's so crazy. It's like, all right, it's green, a little bit of white, blanket.
Yeah. Yeah. And, of course, you guys, Jake Elliott, made it even easier to get the game back into the game by missing 2 important PATs.
I don't know if you heard my beautiful call during one of his games, one of his kicks. I was literally recording during one of the kicks, like, and here goes Jake. Let's watch him do his magic. Let's do his thing. And he missed. That's his thing.
That's his thing. That is his thing. That was disappointing, but it kept the game close. It kept the game interesting. To see a couple of guys get hurt during that game. We saw Quinyon Mitchell get hurt, also scheduled to play on Sunday. Sounds like it's going to be okay. But also see Jalen kind of do something to his knee. He went into the tent, came out, finished the game, but he wasn't as mobile. Like he was like stand still.
Hold on. Didn't we a year ago have a change in the rules because of that exact tackle?
It was a hip drop tackle. Yeah.
Which is crazy to me because I remember the same thing happened roughly to a Chief like 4 weeks ago, and that was a penalty instantly.
Yeah. We'll get into that later too. Well, that's something I want to discuss.
Go for it.
Hear it.
Yeah, you want to do that now?
Yeah.
It's just like Patrick Mahomes is abusing and weaponizing the protection of quarterbacks in the league, and the league has to do something about that. Yeah. Like there was 2 calls in that Chiefs Texans game where Mahomes wasn't even touched, and one of them he flopped out of bounds, and then they still called it.
Yeah, he admitted that it was a flop. He admitted that he probably shouldn't have done that.
And they got to do something about that. They cannot continue to allow these quarterbacks to bend the rules to their advantage. There's
not many that do it.
In every sport, there is a penalty for like flopping in every sport except football. Like,
well, now in basketball,
there needs to be a penalty for flopping. And honestly, I know it's technically there already is a penalty for yelling at the refs. We need to enforce it because like he gets away with it all the time. I don't ever see him get sacked or see someone get touched that he's not looking at the refs saying something instantly.
I don't know why the New York referees that are watching the game on TV, why they're not reviewing that and calling it live as the action is going on.
Right. That's something they should probably be doing.
Yeah,
I agree. But the thing is, though, it's so blatant now. It was so blatant, and everyone's been talking about it. That Patrick Mahomes actually had to say, "Yeah, I probably shouldn't have done that." And to he's like you said, he's weaponizing the position by doing it that way.
And on top of that, you're putting these defensive players in bad positions, and more than likely they get fined for these hits. Now they're coming out of pocket for weaponizing or taking advantage of a rule in favor for the quarterback. You know what I mean? Like so now people are paying out of pocket for your
furthermore, I think earlier in the season we saw it happen against us where like defensive players are letting up on quarterbacks real early because like, I don't want to get that penalty. And so quarterbacks when they're about to go out of bounds will take an extra 2-3 extra yards. And so it was CJ that did it where he like just hit the quarterback. He's like, look, I know you're not going out of bounds. So it wasn't out of bounds. He hits him in bounds. Penalty.
Yeah. It's tough. That's tough. It's tough. And the NFL may or may not address it. I don't know.
They have
to. It's a tough.
They can't have another season. They can't have another season with this type of play. Like it becomes like the LeBron rule. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. Every generation we have these players that get the exception to the call, right? You had Michael Jordan, you had LeBron James, you got Mario Lemieux, you got in different areas they get the calls because they are the of that sport. But like, come on, at some point these kids are going to come into the league. These quarterbacks are going to come into the league, and they're going to see Patrick Mahomes doing it, and they're going to start doing it.
Yeah, 100%.
You're already starting to see it. Some of the other guys. I mean, I'm seeing even like Josh Allen, some of the hits where like he's starting to talk to the refs way more than he ever used to because he sees that it's working. And it's like he's like, look, if he's going to get it, at least I should try.
Yeah,
and I can't even fault him for it at this point because it's been so ingrained now. It's like, look, if you bitch and moan, you'll get it your way.
Right, and when that hip drop tackle was done on Jalen Hurts. It wasn't a penalty. It wasn't
nothing.
It was just he went down and you could see on his face it hurt. Like,
oh yeah,
his knee hurt. Like,
it hurt me.
Yeah, and the fact that the rest of the game he was just in a pistol formation and he couldn't really roll to his left, couldn't roll to his right, and you saw it crippled him when he took the safety in the end zone.
Yeah,
there was a problem with that.
And
there was something
even
wrong.
after that in the post game interview, he seemed a little bit too uppity. You know
exactly.
what I mean?
Yeah. He almost dropped an F-bomb live on TV. I'm like, what? He doesn't really. He's not one of those. He's not. He's like a man of few words, and one of those few words are usually just like some sort of great quote that he does. But
right.
They said he said in the interview today that he's progressing, which means yes, his knee is definitely hurt. Because you don't say that if it's not. I don't say that when I'm progressing.
You can't deny it. We all saw it, right? We all saw him writhing in pain directly afterwards. So yeah, it hurt. How much of an impact the snow had, because his technically his leg wasn't planted in the ground. It was on top of the snow, and the snow has a lot more give than the ground, right? So thank God for the snow being there, because had it been the grass, we'd probably be talking about George Pickens starting this weekend.
I would ask someone to break his ribs further so they can't play.
I would love to see Tanner over top of Kenny. So
I would love to see Howie offering up Pickett for a bag of chips at this point.
Yeah,
please.
Yeah.
But luckily it was snowing and there was like a bit of a cushion there, and hopefully it's just like a little bit of a strain. Nothing was torn or a lot of damage. I can only speculate.
I'm surprised they haven't really came out and said like.
I figured they would
or whatever, but
they're not going to.
They take the 76ers. Yeah, they take the 76ers position on injuries. They don't say one
it's
word.
a lower body injury, right?
Yeah. They don't. They aren't going to say anything.
No.
He knows he's going to get targeted anyway. I mean, even if he wasn't hurt, like the coach said, like, hey, target him, and I guarantee you, he's probably telling him like.
Right.
It's almost going to be a bounty game at this point where it's going to be like, hey, who can take out Hurts?
All right. So now that you say that, we're going to move into this NFC Championship game. So this week, or I guess it was yesterday or today, a coach of the Washington Commanders said that if Jalen Hurts is going to run, we're going to hit him like a running back. I take that as a threat. That's a threat.
You should.
And the Eagles should do the same to Jalen Daniels. Jalen Daniels is a running quarterback. Treat him like a running back. He's a lot littler than Jalen Hurts.
This is all out war.
Yeah,
nothing is being held back. Either we go to the Super Bowl or they go to the Super Bowl. Bodies are going to get left in the ground. So
nobody wants to see Washington in the Super Bowl.
Well, that's not what I hear from New York radio. New York radio wants everybody. It wants Buffalo and Washington to make it because they're tired of Kansas City and they're tired of Philly.
Of course. Yeah, of course.
Everyone. Of course. I think the general consensus of the U.S., most people are tired of Kansas City.
Yeah.
Particularly, and I said this to someone the other day, I was on to my grandmother because she doesn't follow football closely, but she knows Andy Reid. She's like, oh, I love Andy Reid. I was like, yeah, everyone loves Andy Reid. Everyone, if you ask them, like, hey, name like your top 5 favorite coaches, Andy Reid's going to be up there. We all appreciate Reid. We hate the team he's currently coaching. And a lot of that has to do with the quarterback that he's groomed to be this successful talent, because at the same time, while he's working to make him a great quarterback, no one worked to make him a great person. And he's a garbage, trash-ass person who complains and bitches and moans until he gets things his way. He's a drama queen. Look at his wife, same thing. Look at his brother. They're obsessed with drama and causing problems. They're not that. I mean, the team is abysmal this year. Their offense is downright one of the worst in the league. But they're winning games because you can't hurt him. You can't stop him, because if you do, you get a penalty. If you look at him the wrong way, there's 4 flags thrown. They false start, and the flag's on you because you looked at him wrong. That's why they had a false start. So it's your fault. It's unreal. We're sick of it.
Did you guys see the meme of the AI generated photo of Mahomes kissing the referee?
Yeah.
I didn't see any AI. I just saw a real photo of it.
Yeah. The only other team that beat the Chiefs this year is the Bills. So
I will say
there is that.
The other benefit is if the Bills win and we get to play the Bills, we then get to solidify an NFC East total beatdown of the Bills because the Bills have lost the play. Only the teams from the NFC East.
That is
they lost twice to the Cowboys. They lost once to the Giants and then once to the
Redskins.
Wow.
So if we beat them, they'll have completed a journey through the NFC East.
Right. That's a quadfecta. Wow. Jesus. That's wild. I totally forgot about that.
Breaking Josh Allen's spirit.
Yeah. So yeah, I think we could start talking about this game and like this. This is a game that Eagles last time the Washington Commanders played, they lost Jalen Hurts, and they barely beat Kenny Pickett and the Eagles, and so
field goal.
Yeah, by a field goal. It was a close game, and so I don't think the Eagles defense is going to let up.
Let's remember it was a close game, as you mentioned, without our quarterback.
Yeah,
in Washington.
In Washington, correct.
So now we're home.
Yep.
Arguably healthier. Definitely the better team.
Yeah.
Our fan base is hungry.
Yeah.
And we're pissed.
Yeah.
And they're riding the wins. Like we were riding the wins when we faced them. We got a little nonchalant about it. We're like, we got it. It's the Redskins or it's the Commanders, whatever. And we lost. Well, now we're angry. Now we're here fighting for wins. And they're going, oh, we beat everybody. We're on a high. We're on a win streak. We got the greatest quarterback of all time. We got this nice rookie quarter. Bro, you're about to get your mouth smacked. Bro.
Like, look, okay, so the Commanders beat the Lions, okay? The Lions had 5 turnovers.
4 people in IR.
A lot of people in IR. And I think they gave up, the Commanders' defense gave up 530 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? The Eagles are not going to have 5 turnovers on Sunday.
No.
I can guarantee you that.
Mike, just look at the history. When's the last time a rookie's quarterback's been to the Super Bowl?
No,
Never.
there's been. No?
Never.
Ben Roethlisberger, he wasn't a rookie when he went?
Nope.
Dan Marino, he was a rookie. Year. Really?
Yes, sir.
Wow. So odds are, this is where they end their trip.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And like I said, but it's just look at the numbers. Like you're saying, look at the number. Eagles will not have 5 turnovers, and they will not, and their defense will not give up 500 yards to Jalen Daniels.
No, definitely not.
Have we given up 400 yards all season?
I don't think 386 is like
that's
the average.
Not 400.
It's not 400, and it's not 500.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If it's not 400, it's definitely not 500.
Yeah. So don't think about like the Commanders already beat them this year, and don't think about all the NFC Championship games that the Eagles have been in and lost. Like that's out the window. This is different. This is look at the paper. Look what this team is. This team isn't going to lose to the Commanders.
Jalen Carter versus Jaden Daniels again, and I love those matchups. Which can I a little backtrack? A little quick question for you boys. As a grown man, if you were to get hit by somebody, you're like, all right, I can take it. If you get tackled by somebody, I think you're like, okay, that's fine. Like someone could tackle me. I'm not immune to that. But if another man comes up and lifts you up and carries you, it's got to feel a little like emasculating, right?
Yeah, it's not great.
I feel like the moment that Carter did at the Stafford, Stafford's like, oh, no, put me down. Yeah. Like, no. And I feel like he just has that effect on people because he did it to Jaden before, and I want to see him do it.
Well, he's going to have a real good chance because the Commanders have lost both of their guards.
Yep.
So
both of them, I thought it was just one.
Well, they lost one last week.
Okay.
And the other one like a couple weeks before.
Oh wow.
So you got like backups going. Oh, buddy.
And Jalen Carter is hungry.
I'm sure Jalen what's his name? Jalen Daniels?
It's Jaden Daniels, Jalen Carter, and Jalen Hurts.
Jaden Daniels is already dreaming about running for his life.
You know what? He's not dreaming.
They're starving, man. This team is starving for this game.
I don't know where I put it. He's got his VR headset on. He's visualizing himself running for his life.
that's what that was the article I read, is that the reason why he's winning all these games is that he's been training with VR. And I'm like, it's not the same. VR is not the same.
I like the idea of the VR training. I think it's gonna be, God, I'm gonna get yelled at for this. The next iteration of like the Chip Kelly education.
Oh my God! Here we go.
You're supposed to enter that name.
Are you going to congratulate him on his?
No, hell no, hell no. Look at that. No, but like his innovative training has breached the entire NFL. I think the VR is going to do the same thing.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it's going to breach more than the NFL. I think you're going to see it in all sports. I just saw a program the other day of some company working on it for hockey, and I was like, that's great dry land training because you don't always have access to a rink. You know how much it costs to go ice skating all the time?
I've already seen in baseball, they have like this big screen with a pitcher, and then they have like a pitching machine behind it, which delivers the pitch the same way that pitcher.
Yeah, it's throwing. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Okay, that's pretty dope. I like that.
There's a lot of things that technology is like, technology has changed golf. Golf has changed because of the technology of the equipment.
Oh, have you watched any of the TGL?
No, I just saw Tiger's entrance.
Bro, the indoor golf league has been so they hit it on a huge ass screen and then they go and chip and putt in real life indoors.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's so cool.
Yeah, that's definitely going to change.
What's
golf.
Crazy though is that exists in Florida and Vegas when it should be somewhere like New York, Philly, somewhere where you cannot golf all year round.
Yeah,
like those should exist up here.
Well, you could go out golf. Just need a really bright ball and track where you're going to go in the snow. That's all.
Yeah, I think I'll just stick to waiting for the spring, or if I can afford it. If I ever get paid, I'll go to Top Golf again.
They have the screens now. They have those screen things.
Yeah, just gotta put that in my basement. That's all.
Yeah, it's a few $1,000.
You got the money, Mike.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what?
I put it on the corporate card.
Podcast goal: reach enough funds that we can install a golf simulator at Mike's house so we can go golfing.
Right. We can have squad goals. This is a squad goal.
Definitely.
A little dude perfect. We have a little office with the
simulator.
Yeah,
there you go.
I'd be there every day.
Exactly, I would be too.
We're on our way. All right, so we're talking about Kansas City and Buffalo. Let's do our picks for that game, and then we'll talk about our pick for the Washington-Philadelphia game. Miguel, do you want to give us a pick for Buffalo, Kansas City? Also, congratulations on going 4-0 last week.
Thank you.
Your predictions.
True. Yeah, good shit, Miguel.
Thank you. Wish I would have won more money on those.
Same.
I mean, you could have just parlayed that, just those 4 wins.
Yeah. I mean, I parlayed them. I just didn't get a lot of money out of them.
Yeah,
put a lot down.
Yeah. Anyway, this week I feel like, I don't know. I've been debating. I've been going back and forth with this. Like, is it Kansas City's time to lose finally? I don't know. Is it Josh Allen's time to shine? Does the NFL want Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl? I just don't know. I don't know. Does Buffalo relive the nightmares of the 90s by losing in the AFC Championship game? I gotta go with what the Super Bowl logo predicts. It has a little red and yellow in there, so I'm gonna say Kansas City is gonna come out and pull that game out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't see Buffalo going into Kansas City and winning. If this game was in Buffalo, I'd probably lean more Buffalo, but Kansas City, I think, is going to just pull it out. The refs are on their side. They get protected. Like we talked earlier, there's going to be a play where Mahomes weaponizes the quarterback protection, and he's going to, put him in position to win the game. So I'm going to go Kansas City.
Wow. Some prophesizing right there. All right. Mark, what do you say? I know, are you really going to pick Kansas City? I don't think so.
If the NFL was a fair and opportunistic league that treated all games equally with well-paid and monitored refs that were held to higher standards, the Bills would win this game by a margin, I believe. I believe like somewhere between the 30 to 40 range to like the 17 range. Like I'm thinking it'd be a pretty good beatdown. I think the whole league would be like, well, that's not what we expected. That's what the game would be. Understandably, the Chiefs have a good defense, but I still think the Bills would outperform them. However, as this is not a league of honor and a league where the refs are held to a higher standard and where everyone must bow to the greatness of Mahomes, Kelsey, Taylor Swift, and the Chiefs of all, and the State Farm commercials for everyone, there's no way the Bills win this game. You cannot beat Mahomes in the playoffs in Arrowhead. It's illegal. It's in the bylaws of the NFL. No one may hurt the Mahomes or the Mahomes brand. That's not good for the league. So, as it is, you know what is good for the league? A three-peat opportunity.
Well, the bundle Rooski.
Exactly. The bundle Rooski. The Chiefs will win this game. There will be a lot of talking heads next week throwing hissy fits about the baloney that's going to come out of that game, but the Chiefs will win the game.
Yeah. Wow.
Boruski.
That is Boulderski. Yeah, Boulderski. I am opposite thinking here.
Okay.
I do not believe Kansas City can win this game.
Interesting.
I believe Buffalo is.
But the refs can.
The refs can, but this is Buffalo's Super Bowl. This is Buffalo Super Bowl right here. They have this whole monkey on the back of getting past Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. They don't want to have that asterisk next to his name every single playoff. You know, it's we make the playoffs, but we lose to Patrick Mahomes. Not this time. This is Buffalo's year for being an AFC championship. That's it. And this is going to be their Super Bowl, and I think Buffalo wins this game by a margin too. I don't think this is going to be a close game. I really don't.
I hope you're right.
I hope I'm right too. Next game, which is the 3:00 game.
Real quick, guys, before we get into our game.
Yeah.
Rank the quarterbacks that are still alive.
Alive?
Well, still alive in the playoffs.
Alive in the playoffs. So it's Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, and Jaden Daniels.
Mm-hmm.
Well, do you want me to tell you according to what they say on the pundits?
No, I want to know what you think. I don't want to know what anybody else thinks.
Do you want me to go first? I'll go first.
Yeah, go for it.
I think it's Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen. Going by this year, how they've played this year.
Okay.
Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Jaden Daniels.
That's funny. So if I'm going by how they play this year, it's probably Jaden Daniels, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Pat Mahomes.
Last week in the snow, Jalen Hurts outpassed all three of those quarterbacks. I mean, it's not all three. Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes.
Yep.
They outran him and they outpassed them. But nobody talks. Nobody says, "Oh, it's because Jalen Hurts is managing quarterback," or Jalen Hurts has too much talent around him. That's why he's able to do that.
You know what though? I'd like to hear Miguel's part real quick.
Yeah, I asked this question. I mean, Mark, my list is similar to yours. Mine is more Josh Allen, Jaden Daniels, Patrick Mahomes, and Jalen Hurts. Last one.
Wow.
Only because, can you name a game that Jalen took over and won for us?
Well, no. However, I will say I was talking to people earlier about this, and there's a big difference, I think, between Jalen Hurts and a lot of these other quarterbacks.
Pittsburgh
For
Steelers
one,
game.
I don't think Jalen Hurts likes to pad stats the way that Mahomes and Allen and all the others seem to do. Secondly, we haven't had to throw to victory most of the season. When we're up, we run. Our offensive line and our defensive line are our bread and butter. When we're beating teams, We don't need to utilize AJ Brown and Devonta Smith and Dallas Goedert and Grant Calcaterra as much. We've got Saquon when we need him. He needs a break. Gainwell's doing just fine as a backup.
Great.
Hurts can run the ball. I mean, our O-line does a job, and if we're going to run the clock out on everyone we beat because we're just beating them with points, you're not going to see the air yards. So you're never going to see Hurts have to beat you with his arm.
You got a point. But then I mean, I feel like Mike is double side talking because during the game, was it Mike or was it Mark? I can't remember now. One of you all was complaining about he was holding on to the ball too long and taking unnecessary.
That's me.
Yeah,
That's Mark.
His decision making drives me up a wall because how slow it is.
Right.
Particularly in times when he's like at the safety. It's like, look, if a receiver is near a sideline and you've got the arm strength you do, throw it out of bounds.
Yeah.
Just flat. That is the goal. It's easy to do.
But I think he's protecting from turnovers because like he could probably throw the ball away, but what if he gets hit as he's throwing the ball away and it gets like thrown in the wrong direction and then it gets interception and it's pick six?
I agree with you. However, on some plays where he's got the ball for more than 7 seconds, the average quarterback is being touched within 4 seconds, under 4 seconds. So when he's holding the ball and it's 6 to 7 seconds, you should have already made the decision to throw the ball away and not be at risk of throwing that. He's you need to make a better decision.
Yeah. Very true. It's just interesting to me. I just wanted to know, like, in case we don't come out victorious, what your thoughts would be at the quarterback position for next season.
Wow. They were just talking about this. They were talking about Andy Reid and McNabb's legacy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Andy Reid and McNabb is probably the best duo in franchise history. They went to one Super Bowl. They went to 6 NFC Championship games, I think. But if Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts make it to the Super Bowl this year and they win, then there's an opportunity for them to win another one next year. Does Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts, are they the best duo in franchise history?
Not according to Philadelphia fans.
I was gonna say, like a lot of people wanted him out of here at the beginning of the season.
We did. That's what we talked about.
One of them.
We talked
I'll
about
tell
it.
You what? I think even if we win this year and next year, it's going to be until hindsight's 2020 for anyone to openly be like, yeah, no, Sirianni was a phenomenal coach.
Yeah.
Like he's one of the winningest coaches we've ever had, statistically speaking.
Statistically, yeah.
And it's like, and the thing is, I watched the thing the other day about like Mailata and talking about how often Sirianni goes to bat for the players, taking the heat, not answering questions properly in interviews because the right answer is to throw someone under the bus because someone did something wrong, and he won't do that. And Mailata said, yo, why are you letting everyone attack you? And he's like, because that's my job. He's like, he might be a better coach than we want to admit to right now.
Nick Sirianni, okay, he had a press conference today. He scheduled it at 1:25 today. But guess what time he came on? 1:55. He just let people sit and wait until he came out.
Good. Excuse of why?
He just said that this is he came out at 1:55. Didn't say why. Just started his press conference. Like the balls to just have everybody waiting that long. That's pretty good balls right there.
Hey, when you're winning and your team is one win away from another Super Bowl visit, you could do what you want.
Yeah, I got another question for you. Do the Eagles sell the dirt from the field tomorrow after that win? Like, if they're selling snow, they might as well sell the dirt.
No, we need the dirt.
I mean, I think the dirt will be too frozen. It'll be a rock, but yeah.
It's good. It's supposed to be pretty cold. It was cold today, so
yeah, it was.
All right, so let's talk about Commanders and Eagles Sunday, 3:00. Mark, I'll let you go first this time.
Well, more to be said. I mean, look, we played the Commanders early in the year. We beat them by a touchdown. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the last year's here. No, I'm sorry. We beat them at home. Yeah, by a touchdown, 8 points, whatever, a little extra. We lost them by a field goal without our quarterback. When we played them in November, we were just kind of getting on that streak after a rough start. We had a rough start. We had the bye week. A rough start coming out of the bye week with wins. We couldn't November. We're getting a little better feed. Feeling all right. We beat them. Move along. Come in December. We are beating them. Hurts goes down. The team kind of falls apart with Kenny Pickett there, quarterback. Gets a little rough. Things are a little overlooked. Defense doesn't play its best game. We lose by a field goal. They're coming in home to a Philly that is roaring after last week's win. You say shit about our team. You talk bad about our quarterback. You're asking for a smacking, my guys. Like, you're coming in to a team that, we're not healthy, but we're healthier than we were that game. Our players are hungry. Saquon looks like he's a rookie running back right now, rejuvenated behind this line. Our D-line is hungry. Nolan Smith has outperformed Bryce Huff and Hassan Reddick combined this year.
Hassan Reddick only had to have a sack this year.
Okay. State my point. Nolan Smith looks good. Our team looks great. Yeah, we're sad to not have Nakobe Dean. Burke started to kind of pick it up last game.
Trotter started.
Trotter had some reps. It's looking good. Quignon's going to be there. We know Hurts is playing. I think Cam Jurgens is going to play. We're coming in not to play this game. We're coming in to send a message. Washington, you don't belong here. You might in a year or two. Jaden's a good quarterback, no doubt there. Your team's not complete. You need more work. Scary Terry is not enough. Okay? You're coming into our house, and we're hungry, and we're angry. This ain't the place for you, my guys. This is the end of the road. And when you hit the wall at 120, it hurts. Go home, Washington. It's over. Birds win. 38-17.
A blowout.
They're due. They are so due for a blowout.
Interesting.
What do you say, Miguel?
Well, I know. I kind of gave away my hand coming into the pod, right? I said, when's the last time we seen a rookie quarterback play in the Super Bowl? Never has happened.
Never.
And I look back on last week's game. All I can see is, I don't know if you guys saw this, but I'm pretty sure you did. They have the end zone camera that's just on field level as Saquon's breaking that 77-yard run and he's smacking himself in the head. As that play is developing, all you see is the crowd in the background just break into a cheer. There's no way we don't take that energy next week and put this team to bed. This team is riding high. Jalen Carter is on fire. He is completely unstoppable. Bond, who's going to be probably defensive player of the year. This team is too talented to go one game before the Super Bowl and take a L. This team, Washington's going to give us everything they got. I feel like this game is going to go into overtime.
Wow.
And I feel we pull away 32-28.
I want to know how you got that score.
Wait. Let's rewind that. Let me recalculate that math. Hold on.
31-28 by field goal?
Yeah, 31.
I was like, if we're going to overtime tied, how are we getting 4 points?
31-28.
Back-to-back safeties. I don't know how that would work.
Back-to-back safeties. I like your thoughts. I like the thoughts. I have this NFL simulator that I do on the computer here.
Okay.
What's that?
You mean Madden?
No, it's called NFLGameSim.com.
Okay.
And I use this to do our simulation for our new NFL thing that I do on Instagram.
Mhm.
And so it keeps track. You can run as many simulations as you want. So I run them, and majority of the time, the Eagles have won 60% of the time, and they win by at least 20 points each game.
Oh wow!
That the simulation has done. They've ran overall. People use this. They've ran 22,000 simulations, and out of those simulations, there's been 962 overtimes, which you're talking about overtime, Miguel, and that's only 4%. So I don't know if we're going to have an overtime, but it is possible.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with an Eagles victory because the Eagles are the Eagles. What'd you say? What'd you say, Mark?
I think because you're not stupid.
Not stupid. I picked the Commanders to win last time they played.
You problem child.
I'm not. But hey, I'm
You're
not
the
doing
reason
that.
why we lost that game. That's why.
Hey, we needed that loss. You know, we talked about this. We needed that loss.
Yeah, we did.
We needed that loss to get straight. So I am picking the Eagles to win 35-24. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be, scoring with, I think, a lot of Saquon. We're going to see a lot of Saquon. We're going to see a cautious Jalen Hurts. We're not going to see him doing a lot of running. Maybe rolling out. But he's not going to be doing any of those keepers.
He's been protecting the ball. He hasn't had any.
Yeah, he's no interceptions.
No interceptions. Did
he was full participation today.
Right?
What's that?
He fumbled the ball once. We recovered it though, right?
Yeah, we recovered it.
He was full participation in practice today.
It was a walkthrough practice.
It was a walkthrough, but they said had it been a regular practice, he would have been limited.
Yeah, but Cam Jurgens didn't practice, and neither did Dallas Goedert. But it's not because they're hurt; it's just rest.
Well, they said Dallas Goedert was an ankle.
Okay.
Yeah.
He'll be all right.
Yeah. So I think this is an Eagles victory by a good amount. And then we're going to see a Philadelphia Eagles Super Bowl with either Kansas City or Buffalo. If I get my way, Buffalo. If you guys, Kansas City. So we'll see. Little thing that also I was talking real quick is that the finalists have come out for awards. They call it NFL honors, and Barkley is on the list for Offensive Player of the Year and MVP.
He's not going to get MVP.
Or
MVP. Jalen Hurts is also on the list for MVP.
What?
Yeah.
What list did you look at?
Yeah.
That honors one? I didn't see him. I saw Derrick Henry. I saw Lamar Jackson.
For MVP?
Yep.
For MVP, yeah.
I only saw one running back.
Yeah, no. I saw Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson, Burrow, Chase, Barkley, and what was the other guy? I can't remember the other guy.
Yeah.
So the Associated Press finalists,
Yeah.
MVP, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Jared Goff, and Saquon. So only one running back. For Offensive Player of the Year, Burrow, Jackson, Barkley, Henry, Chase. Defensive Player of the Year, Garrett, Hendrickson, TJ Watt, Zach Bond, Pat Surtain. Rookie of the Year, Jaden Daniels. I mean, Bo Nix, Malik Neighbors, Brian Thomas, Brock Bowers. It's Jaden Daniels. We're not stupid.
Yeah.
Defensive Rookie of the Year, Brendan Fisk got hurt. Jared Verse lost. Chop Robinson, Quinyon Mitchell, or Cooper DeJean. You know who hasn't allowed a touchdown as a rookie?
Cooper DeJean.
Hey, Brandon. I'm sorry, Jared Verse. How does that one feel?
Yes.
Because we could 100% blame you on that when you were chasing him down.
That was Vic Fangio is up for Assistant of the Year as well.
Oh, he's getting that.
Yeah, and I see Zach Bond winning Defensive Player of the Year this year. He played out of his mind.
Yeah, I said that earlier.
As a fan, as an Eagles fan, yes, but knowing the NFL,
Myles Garrett.
It's going to Garrett or TJ Watt. It's not going.
They love those. They love those guys. They love those.
Dude, they put those two in at the beginning of the year. Just pencil them. They're right here.
Does Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell share Rookie of the Year for defense?
No. It's going to go Jared Verse or Brandon Fisk.
Because they love them?
Yeah, and they got to make them feel better. I think they're hurt feelings right now.
I think Cooper G might get it just because they got to give it to a white boy.
I'll tell you what, though, comeback player of the year is 100% Joe Burrow. I know Sam Darnold looked good, but Joe Burrow had like arguably the best quarterback season and just had the worst team to play for.
No. So does Saquon win MVP?
No, I think it's offensive player of the year, but he doesn't get MVP.
He doesn't get MVP. You know, if they allowed voting to happen after the playoffs, I bet he wins MVP.
If he would have broke the Eric Dickerson record, then I think he would have got MVP. But because he didn't break it,
it's going to Lamar.
You think Lamar?
Yeah, he had more yards, more touchdowns, rushing and passing. Like he dominated this year. That's like the worst thing to give to him because he like wins MVPs, but like never makes it to the Super Bowl. That's fine. He's gonna get another one.
That's terrible for that guy. I feel bad.
And then Josh Allen's not gonna get it. He's gonna get to the Super Bowl and then watch us win that. And he's gonna go home with no hardware. Be a sad man. Broken Wyoming trash.
Tell me how much you love Josh Allen.
I don't even know why I hate him so much. He's probably like a real, like in all honesty, he's probably one of the cool. Like, I'll bet, like outside of football, he'd probably be a super cool guy to hang out with. Probably a lot of fun.
Did you see the they had the locker room like coach is giving a speech in the locker room and I guess Allen clapped too early and was like woo and everybody just turned to look at him. It was hilarious. I don't know why.
Yeah, I'd probably get along with him just fine. But you know what? Until that day comes,
just fine.
Trash. Tippy toe, little trash. You know what's funny on the highlight right now? It's just showing Mahomes outlasting Allen for the last year's AFC Championship or whatever it was. It was like, man, he probably loves seeing those replays.
Yeah, I'll definitely going to watch that game. It's going to be a good game to watch.
Yes, it will be.
So until then, gentlemen, thank you. Miguel, Mark, I appreciate you guys.
You know how we do. Hey, guys, don't be like the mayor of Philadelphia and misspell it. It goes EAGLES.
Eagles, let's go.
Go Birds.
Go Birds.
Hey, Mike. Man, we need something. We need something to hype music. We need
that Rocky Championship music.
Sure, let's go with it, Mike.
Let's do it.